Good morning. I am in one of my favorite neighborhoods in Dallas. It's a little cloudy this morning and it is already so hot. To think that Dallas is only preheating right now, it's June, it's like midway through June. It's like crazy. But we are in one of my favorite neighborhoods in Dallas this week. It is one of the most prestigious neighborhoods in the entire country, known as the Beverly Hills of Dallas. This week, we're in Highland Park. Highland Park is a very sought after town in Dallas. And yes, I did say town because it is actually its own municipality. So it's got its own fire station, police department, school system, and it even has a mayor. And a lot of people think that Highland Park is a neighborhood within Dallas, but it's actually its own little town within Dallas. The 2023 population for Highland Park is estimated to be right under 9,000 people, and the median household income is a little over $217,000. Now, 3 things to know about Highland Park. 1, you have some of the most expensive real estate in the entire state of Texas. Number 2, you've got some of the best schools in the entire state of Texas. And number 3, this is a who's who society. You've got socialites here. You've got some of the wealthiest individuals in Dallas and in some parts of the country. So let's go back to a little bit of history, because if you think that this is a new thing, that Highland Park is all of a sudden for all the wealthy people, it is not. It was actually founded for the wealthiest people of Dallas. So in 1906, entrepreneur John S. Armstrong purchased over 1,300 acres of land bisected by an old Indian trail later used as a cattle trail that we all know as Preston Road. Now, Mr. Armstrong and his 2 sons-in-law hired noted architect Wilbur David Cook, the designer of Beverly Hills, to lay out the new town, which opened in 1907. The new community would be named Highland Park. After all, it was 130 feet higher than Dallas, and it certainly has plenty of parks. Now, not only does Highland Park have the history, but Highland Park Village is a really popular spot within Highland Park, and it is actually one of the oldest and first shopping centers in the entire US. Think Mediterranean Spanish style development, and it was constructed back in 1931. So Highland Park Village is an awesome little spot to check out if you're in town, and of course is a great spot if you live in town. It is known for some of the most luxury and designer brands, such as Cartier, Celine, Chanel, Christian Louboutin, Dior, Fendi, Harry Winston, Tom Ford, Valentino, and lots more. Highland Park Village is a great place to check out during the day, of course, but it's a really fun place to check out at night. They've got all of these lights strung up. It's a really great place to take a hot date, and it's also a great place to take the girls for dinner or the girls for brunch, because Siddell's is one of my favorite brunch spots in Highland Park. Siddell's is a girl spot though. Don't take your husbands. I mean, they can go, but the women will really appreciate Siddell's because it's really cute inside. It's got great little outdoor patio. Now, I've talked about Mi Cocina on here before. It's one of my favorites just around Dallas. They've got a couple different locations, but in this specific location, they've got a bar at the top called the Monkey Bar, and it sits within the trees, and it is awesome. When SMU is in, you'll see college kids there, older people there. It's kind of a mixed crowd, but it is a really, really great spot to grab a drink, see some girlfriends, meet new people. It's a really fun spot. And Bistro 31 is another one of my favorites. There are so many good restaurants within Highland Park Village though, so you've just got to test them all out. So another thing to do and place to see in Highland Park is the Dallas Country Club, or DCC as they call it. Now, DCC is one of the most prestigious golf courses within all of Dallas and sits on 120 acres of prime real estate. It was founded back in 1896. DCC is a member-owned private club that is renowned for its luxurious amenities, exceptional service, and world-class golf course. Now, the membership at Dallas Country Club, don't get too excited because it is invitation only. And the club has a very strict membership process. So, Word on the street is the initiation fee is about $150,000 and the annual dues are about $15,000 a year. Unless you got a friend here, you might want to try out one of the other golf courses. Now, the third thing I want to talk about to do and see in Highland Park is Knox-Henderson. Now, Knox-Henderson is not necessarily in Highland Park, but it's at the southern border of Highland Park, and it's a place you just have to go. The Highland Park locals love Knox-Henderson, and so should you. So I would say Knox-Henderson is maybe one of the most walkable areas in Dallas. It's a great little neighborhood. They've got apartments there. You've got single family homes that are zoned to Highland Park, and then you have some condos and townhomes that are zoned for Dallas. It's a really cool area. It's really fun to walk around there. They've got home furnishing shops like Pottery Barn. They've got RH, which is the rooftop bar that everybody absolutely raves about. And then you also have the Katy Trail splitting between Knox-Henderson. And the Katy Trail is awesome. I've talked about it before. A lot of people live in Highland Park, and then from their neighborhood, they walk to the Katy Trail, hop on the trail, go wherever they want to go. And then you could meet the girls for coffee in Knox-Henderson. Speaking of coffee, one of my favorite places is Foxtrot. Now, I did meet some locals while I was out filming, and they said that Village Baking Company was by far the best. They also told me that RH actually serves coffee in the morning, which I did not know, and we definitely need to fact check that. But Foxtrot is my personal favorite. Village Baking Company is really good too. They're known for their pastries. Now let's talk about the schools in Highland Park, because it's one of the reasons why so many people want to move into Highland Park. So I want to hop into a map and kind of show you where these schools are and what their ratings are. But before I do, I want to mention greatschools.org. I know a lot of you move here with kiddos and you're looking for the best schools. And I would say greatschools.org is a great resource for you to check out the school rankings in all of DFW. So if you look at this map, you've got a couple schools here in the green. And the green obviously means that the school rankings are good. So you've got Armstrong Elementary School, Bradfield Elementary School, Highland Park Middle, McCullough Intermediate School, and then you also have Highland Park High School, of course. Now, all of these are rated very well. You've got an 8 out of 10 ranking here. Ideally, on greatschools.org, I tell my clients you really want to be looking for about a 7 out of 10. Obviously, the higher the better. But anything below a 6, I would say, is maybe questionable. And of course, if you're looking for an investment property, you really want a home that has great schools. So I would definitely recommend checking out schools that are 7 and above. So now let's talk about the reason that you are here. No, I'm just kidding. Let's talk about the reason that Highland Park is so famous. It's real estate. We are going to be looking at some properties that are on the MLS, which is the multiple listing service. Now, this is where most properties are put onto the market for the public to see. And then they're distributed to Zillow, Redfin, all that kind of good stuff, right? But they first go into the MLS. Now, when you get into a neighborhood like Highland Park, where the real estate is very pricey, not everyone wants their house on MLS. And so they may be doing deals privately, meaning they never enter the MLS. So an example of this is you may have an agent who knows a buyer that's looking for, let's say, a $5 million property. Well, that agent also knows a seller who is looking to sell a property for about $5 million if the price is right. So that agent can pair up that buyer and seller and do the transaction without ever adding it into the MLS. And that is how a lot of real estate deals are done here in Highland Park. And it's just something good to know, because if you're looking in Highland Park and you're only looking on the MLS, you probably need to reach out to an agent, because it's a very community-driven real estate market. You got to know somebody who maybe know two somebodies who's selling a house. Now, these are currently on the market right now. So you have single family, you also have land, so a piece of land right here. You've got condos, so let me just show you what this looks like. This is a condo for 1.2. You've got 2 bed, 2 bath, 1.5 bathrooms. You've got some of these older homes like I was saying, so this has a 1-car garage, it's $850. And then you have something that's 8.9 right beside it. This is on Armstrong Parkway. Armstrong Parkway is a very coveted street here in Dallas. The real estate is typically a little bit more expensive here, so it looks like this is a brand new home that has gone up. I think these are really pretty. These are pretty close to Knox-Henderson, actually. Well, that wraps everything up for me. I hope you liked this video. If you want to see more videos just like this one, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and leave a comment for a suburb or neighborhood that you want to see next. I would love your feedback and recommendations. So thanks so much for watching. Again, my name is Brielle. I am a Dallas Realtor, so anything you need real estate related, I would absolutely love to help you. My contact information is below, and I will see you on the next video.